Hey guys, this is Tim with Pet Stop of Virginia. People ask me all the time how I got involved in the dog fence business. So here's the backstory. 22 years ago, my wife and I bought our first house, and we had a German Shepherd named Trina, and we needed a dog fence. So we paid a company to install one for us, and we absolutely loved it. Our lot at the time was about 1/4 of an acre, and she had the full run of the entire yard. She could front, back, run the entire yard. She absolutely loved it. So 2 years later, I was in the fire department, and now my wife is pregnant with our first child. So with the fire department, we have 20 days off a month, and I knew that I wanted to do something on the side to make sure that we could afford our house and afford a family and do all that. And I'd always wanted to have my own company. So I said, you know what? I watched the guy put our dog fence in. I'm sure I can do that. You know, not having any idea what that meant or what it was going to grow to be or what that would entail. So I started my dog fence company, and it was called Richmond Electronic Pet Fencing. And we got moving. The yard we had then would have taken me about 2 hours to install the fence now. And that fence took me 3 days. That was my next door neighbor. That was our first customer. And so yeah, 3 days versus 2 hours now. So there was a learning curve. There was a lot to figure out about how to be efficient and how to be good at it. But we did it. We figured it out. 6 months after that, I bought out the company that put my fence in and another dog fence company, which very quickly, overnight, essentially, meant that I had to have full-time employees, and the company grew and our volumes grew. And by listening to our customers, at the time, the standard in the industry, and the standard now still, is that we install the fencing, and then the customer is then responsible for taking over the training. That was the standard then. That's kind of the standard now. We listened to our customers a lot and realized after a few years that our customers really weren't having a lot of success or doing a good job with the training. Because of that, their dogs weren't doing a good job. They weren't happy. They weren't able to rely on their fence. And so we knew was something needed to be different. Well, about that time, some friends of ours in the industry, Rich Weinson and Lester Pullen, introduced a low-stress positive reinforcement training. Up until then, we'd used a very heavy-handed punishment-based training, and we'll get more into that in later videos. But ultimately, this new low-stress positive reinforcement training is something that I embraced. So it absolutely revolutionized training for electronic fences. It is fantastic. It is so much better for the dogs, and they learn faster, and it's just a great training method. Well, in addition to adopting the low stress positive reinforcement training, we started offering complete training to our customers, and which ultimately means that we do everything for you, beginning to end, and your dog will be running free in about 4 days. Fantastic. The old way meant that you were responsible for the training, and it would take the better part, if not more than a month. Now we'll do it for you, and your dog is done and running free in less than a week. So it's amazing. It's really fantastic. So that was 20 years ago. 20 years ago is when all of this started, this whole dog fence idea. Back then, the idea for it was that it would be a part-time job from the fire department. I would do it to make extra money, and I had no idea really what it meant. I had no idea, other than the fact that we loved our dog and we wanted a fence for our dog, just how critically important dogs are for our customers. They are members of the family. And I know that because of what people say about their dogs on Facebook when they die, right? Some of the eulogies that are written for dogs are more moving and heartbreaking than some of the tributes to family members, right, to people. So it's absolutely turned into so much more than I thought it would be, and we use that understanding to guide everything we offer our customers, right? All of our products and all of our services are intended to help our customers take good care of their dogs, and that's what we love to do. So that's where we are 20 years later. Here we are, and it all started because I was a customer 22 years ago. So for those of you watching this video who found this, chances are that's where you are too. So that's how I got started, and we look forward to meeting you. Thanks.